Yo, Michael in New Jersey. This is Matthew down here in North Carolina, and I'm going to show you how I cut reading glasses for your RayBan. What are these? These are the RayBan 2132, color 6052, size 55. The 6052 is the black crystal. Let me open things up. Out of your RayBan case, RayBan cleaning cloth, the black crystal, and if you notice, RayBan, it actually comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to avoid scratching during shipping. If they think it's a good idea to put one on the left side, well, by golly, I'm going to put one on the right side when I ship to you in New Jersey City. This is how they come with the original glass, heavy glass G15 lenses. The first thing I'm going to do is take your heavy glass lenses out of your Italian frame, put it into my Italian Santinelli LE1000 patternless edger, or as I say, the LE1000 patternless edger. So it is now tracing the shape of your right lens. It's going to move over and trace the shape of your left lens here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. So it is almost about to trace your left lens. You buy a frame and you get free prescription lenses 99% of the time. If you have some crazy strong prescription, then all you do is pay my cost on them. So that is that. I'm going to take your frame out. That is the shape. I'm going to type in your pupillary distance. This is a polycarbonate lens being cut for a Xyle frame. Now I'm going to take your lens out of its wrapper, mark up the optical center. Let me find 1.25 on here. Put some dots on your lens. Darken that dot. Do the same thing for the left lens. Put a dot on there. Pull that off, darken that up a bit so you can see it, and let me put an L on there for left, although I think I can tell them apart. I got a 50-50 chance, so I got to put this block on here before I cut, so I'm going to put a little double-sided adhesive sticker on here. These are actually from 3M. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that on one side, peel away the tape, revealing the double-sided. Line up that. What I'm doing is have optical crosshairs, if you will, vertically and horizontally, and I'm just making sure that red dot is dead center. Whoops, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do the left lens. Let's do the left. Put another block there. Put that sticky pad on. Pull that off, and boom, there we go. So I'm going to put your right lens into the chuck and hit start. The first thing that's going to happen is the calipers are going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure it's large enough to cut out. It is tracing the concave side of the lens first. Then it's going to scoot over and trace the concave side of the lens. This side that is tracing now is closest to your eyelashes. Now it's going to move over and trace the outside of the lens. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom on the left. It is the gray color wheel that's like a heavy grit sandpaper that's going to grind away most of the polycarbonate. And then this wheel in the center, what's going to put the channel on there, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I will have to close the door, but I just want you to see as your prescription lens touches the cutting wheel. Now this whole process takes about 15 minutes. It's now 8:25 on Wednesday, April 16th, 51 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina, at least according to my Samsung Gear watch. So this is one of the latest frames from RayBan in the new Wayfarer. They just came out with this color a couple weeks ago. It is the black crystal. I am wearing the blue crystal. It also comes in a purple crystal. Let me go out on the sales floor and get that. Where beeth the purple crystal? Here we are. Let me bring this back in here. Do I have original shiny black? I don't. Do I have one here? Do I have a shiny black? I got the black rubber. So, let me show you the difference in all the frames. You have the original shiny black, the matte black rubber, of course, the black crystal that you have. Let me get that out of the way. And now the purple crystal for women, although they call it a Bordeaux. It's more of a wine color, I guess. A Bordeaux wine, whatever that is. And of course I'm wearing the blue crystal, which is color 6053, because I wear a lot of blue with pinstripes, and that blue crystal is nice. For years all I wore was this blue rubber versus the black rubber, which grips really well. The rubbers do. It's not too much different in shades, but that little bit of crystal Really works well whenever I have a pinstripe on, so that's why I like wearing this. And what I do is I have 11 colors of this frame. I pop one set. I have one set of prescription lenses. I pop them out of one color into a different color every day depending on what I'm wearing. Don't worry, you can do this with me because everyone gets unbreakable polycarbonate lenses. Well, they're virtually unbreakable. If you ran over with a tank, they might break. But they are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection. We know what the sun's harmful rays can do to your skin. Your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin to the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Woohoo, I'm making a mess. All right, let me dry everything off here, and I would be shocked if your lens fit. But first things, I gotta remove all these rough edges off the edge of your lens. So I'm gonna put what's known as the safety bevel on there. I'm going to use my thumb to scrape away this white powdery substance. I do this so much I have a V-shaped bevel worn into my thumbnail. My friends call it my occupational thumbnail. And to see if this fits, I'm going to tuck it into the outside corner and then using my thumbs press down. No way, Jose. So I'm going to take this down 1/10 of a millimeter. And I'm going to take 1/10 of a millimeter off the circumference of the lens until it just fits perfectly. And to where you could pop these out and put them in a different color yourself if you wanted to. So not only are they the thinner, lighter weight lenses, but they are also aspheric, meaning that they are flatter than most lenses. Most plus lenses have a fishbowl effect, a big round magnifier. This is aspheric, it's very flat, it's going to fit inside the circumference of the frame and not bulge outward and not give you an ugly fishbowl cosmetic appearance. So everyone else starts with cheap plastic lenses that they charge you for when you buy glasses online. You have to pay the upgrade to the polycarbonate, and then from there only a few of them give you a chance to upgrade to the aspheric polycarbonate. That is what I start at, the 3 upgrades from everyone else after they charge you. For free, you get aspheric lenses from me. That's where I start at. Then from there, all you would pay for is transitions or anti-glare. But I signed a contract with RayBan, Polo, Gucci, Prada, Versace. I am not allowed to undercut their pricing for risk of losing the collection. And they do send shoppers in to make sure you're charging the right amount. But what I thought of is, hey, they can't control my lens price, so I'm going to give away free prescription lenses or free clear lenses with the purchase of a frame. I sell a lot of these with just clear lenses in them because people want them for the fashion look. That Geek Chic is very popular. The Naughty Librarian, extremely popular. Not popular at my house. I don't know why. Come on, honey. Why don't you like doing the Naughty Librarian? All right, back to the handstone, back to the safety bevel. Mine has this fantasy about playing the mean wife every night. I don't know where she gets that fantasy from, but she likes playing that role character. Okay, wipe everything off the lens, onto the floor. Look at that, and this is where I say, kids, stay in school. I went to years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Don't think you can do it as easy as me. Stay in school. So I put it in the outside corner using my thumbs. Look at that, it snaps in perfectly. So I'm going to flip this over and cut the left lens. Hit start. And just like before, it's going to trace the shape of your frame to make sure this lens is large enough to cut out. It's going to trace the concave side of the lens first, closest to your eyelashes, and then it's going to scoot over and trace the convex side of the lens. It's very vexing to say that. And if you notice, once it starts cutting, there is water running in the background, but polycarbonate cuts dry, plastic and high-end X cut wet with water splashing on them the whole time. That's another way to know these are polycarbonate lenses. Go. There we go. So once that is cutting, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this block off of your lens that is no longer needed. Pull that off. Pull the little sticky thing off too. Dry everything off. I'm going to save that red dot on there to test the pupillary distance in a little bit. A wee little bit. So this is really cool. Can you see the hinge inside that crystal? The metal hinge buried in there. Hopefully my GoPro camera is good enough. Can you see the metal that is jammed inside the plastic? Well, if you can't, you will once you receive this. If you notice, your lens is still completely flat. If I were to take it out, it would stand up like a nickel. Now it's putting the bevel on there, which is the knife-like edge. Okay, it's not that sharp like a knife, more like a clamshell. It's not sharp like me. I'm not sharp either. Which do you like better? Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Now water kicks in at the very end of the cycle to wash away any optical debris. Although I'm just going to put more on there on the handstone, so. This unit runs about $30,000. I recommend everyone go out and buy one. Put it on your kitchen counter, and you can learn to cut lenses at home. You won't have to come to work like I do. Now, Michael, up in Jersey, you know, you can also get tinted sunglass lenses from me. You can buy just the lenses only for $49, and you can pop them into any frame that you've already purchased from me. And thank you. This is the second purchase that you've made in about a month. I'm glad you enjoyed the first one so much. Let's make sure this fits. So I'm going to dry this off. Back over to the handstone. And since my angry wife hates it when I drop this on the floor that I scrape off, you see all that schwarf? You see that? In her honor, just this one time, I'm going to throw this away. But look how time consuming this is. First I have to collect everything off the counter, wipe it into my hand, and follow me as I walk all the way to the trash can. Who has time to do that in the course of a workday? We're all so busy. That's why I just wipe it on the floor. It's so much closer. It's like halfway closer. So again, to make sure this fits, I tuck it in at the outside corner. Then using my thumbnails, I push down. There it goes. It snaps in. I'm going to take this block off. Drop it there, pull the sticky side. And actually, before I clean everything off, I want to go ahead and measure the optical distance. The distance, your pupillary distance. What can I write here is something you can see. Here's a nice substance. So the PD I cut it at is 62. I put my PD stick on one side, and on this side I get 62. We are good there. I'm going to use my optical grade acetone to clean everything off. And one more thing I'm going to do before I ship to you in Jersey. I just like saying that. I'm going to make sure it's in a 3-point stance where it is in perfect alignment on the counter. Those 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it down. I press down on my thumbs. There is no wobble where if I were to do mine, I have one ear that's higher than the other. So when I press down, that side wobbles. So I do press down on this side, no wobble, flip it over, no wobble here. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. Same amount of tension on both sides. That is that. Michael, hope you enjoyed watching your second pair of glasses being made. Oh, by the way, should you ever need other lenses, in order to take your lenses out, I turn the frame downward, and it's always with your thumb. I tell people, thumb your nose is the idea. With your thumb at the nose, push down on your lens. I turn the frame downward to do that. To do the left lens, I would push down on it this way. To put them back in, I rotate the frame upwards. I work on the side closest to me, so I tuck it in at the outside corner. Then with my thumbs, press down at the nose. Do the same thing on this side. I rotate the frame around to work on the close side. Tuck it in at the outside corner. Push down at the nose. That way, if you ever got sunglass lenses, you could have, since you have 2 pair, you can have 1 pair for inside, 1 pair for outside, or whatever you want to do. How's that for special effects? See how that magnifies? You're getting plus 1 1/4 reading glasses. Years from now, should you ever need 150, 175, and so on, you don't have to purchase the frames. Although, forget I said that. I like it when you purchase the frames. You can buy the lenses only should you need to. Clear single vision lenses are $39. Tinted sunglass lenses are $49. So that is that. Michael, I hope you enjoyed watching your glasses being made. Everyone else, should you have any questions, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or just click the Contact Me button on the website. Everyone else, hopefully you enjoyed, as you have seen, how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.